Okay, I think I got it. Finally, this is amazing. Okay, let's see who's around here. All I had to do was actually allow the permissions for my camera to work. So, live and learn. Okay. Let me minimize. I have a lot of screens open right now. And I don't know if you guys are there. Is anybody watching? Leave a comment, guys, if you're watching. Okay, it seems like I have 2 sessions open, so I'm going to close one of them. I think I risk losing you guys, but let's do this because I don't know what the other session is. Okay, why is this not working? Okay. I see there's people logged in, watching, guys. Tito, tiro, 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 tito, tiro, tiro, tiro. Okay, for some reason, there's 2 streaming videos open right now. And I am trying to close the other one, and I can't. So I think one is streaming. For some reason, I have a video streaming noise, the sound, and the other one is just streaming, I guess, my face right now. So you can't hear it? Oh, you hear it now? Can you hear it now? I think there's a little bit of, it's lag. Okay, cool, awesome. I got this. It's funny because I actually work in technology, but I'm not super hands-on. Like that's kind of my job. Oh, you were the person who was on the other one. Okay, this is like, there's a joke that says, I wrote a book and I sold one. And then the other guy says, oh, it was you? Okay, maybe not that funny. So I wanted to do this video live for you guys today. First of all, to give a try to, you're laughing. It was not good at all. I'm pretty sure that's not the actual joke. I think I told the joke backwards. But I wanted to just give you an update of what's going on, what's up with me. Some of you know that I was on vacation for almost 3 weeks. Well, I was on vacation. I should qualify that. I was actually in Europe. I was not on vacation because I worked a large portion of those days. I took my computer with me and my phone, and I was in calls just for work. So, but while we were on vacation, our dog had an accident. And when we came back from vacation, she had to go through surgery. And I have been actually house-ridden for 2 weeks. So I haven't been able to really run that much. I wanted to start training for Philadelphia Marathon, and just that, obviously, I just lost 2 weeks like that. So I rearranged my whole training goals. And what I am going to focus on right now is on running the New Jersey Marathon, which is in April. I have plenty of time to do that. And instead of running the full marathon for Philadelphia, I will run the half marathon. So the full marathon is November 24th. The half marathon is run one day before, which is November 23rd. So I am still running the Newark Liberty half marathon, which is run in Jersey City. Yeah, it's plenty of time. Awesome. Yeah, I I don't think I would have done well running the full in Philadelphia, given that I had 2 weeks less. And I really haven't been running. My training load has not been as intense as it was last year. So sometimes we have to refocus, and this was the time to do that. On top of that, I actually engaged a running coach. It's a friend of mine from Spain. He's a running coach. He actually coaches a lot of people who do ultra training, like ultra trails, sort of like 100 miles in mountains, so in altitude. So he graciously offered to, I talked to him, and then, we reached an agreement. So he's going to train me for the upcoming months. I just received his training plan. So the way this is going to work is it's going to be 1 week at a time. So I received, starting tomorrow, I received on Friday his training plan, and I haven't started yet, obviously, because I start tomorrow. And actually Monday, this first Monday is a rest day. So truly I start Tuesday. But the way that he does it is he has a pie chart at the beginning of the materials that he sends by email. And the pie chart tells you how much you have to focus that week on each category. And he has strength training, running, and then he has also stretching. So I love me a good pie chart. So I really like that because I'm a visual person. I like seeing the information up front. And so this week I have to, it's a total of 600 minutes in between all 3 categories. And then I think I am only strength training 40 minutes. Most of it is running and stretching, but I think things are going to change over time. So that's what's happening, what's going on. I also have some trips for work scheduled in the very near future. So I just felt like I could not, being honest to myself, I could not train the right way for Philadelphia Marathon. So, and I really want to obviously run. My best, my PB, my personal best is 4 hours and 57 minutes. I still have a long way to go to qualify for Boston, which is what I would like to do ideally in the future. So my coach, Pablo, my friend, he thinks that that's probably not doable for April, coming under 4 hours. So he said, we'll just, take it from here and see how you run. So we're going to use that first September 15th, Newport Liberty Marathon as like a test to see, kind of how fast I can run it, and then schedule it, like arrange all the training around that. So there's 3 weeks from now till Newport Liberty. So that's what's going on with me right now. Hola! Guys, say hello to my brother. He's right there. Hi! Hola! How are you doing? So what are you doing? Relentless Pursuit of Shade. How's Chicago going? So Relentless Pursuit of Shade, I'll link her channel below. She has a phenomenal channel on, she ran Marine Corps Marathon last year, and she vlogged everything. And now she's keeping another one on Chicago. So you guys should go check her out because she has a phenomenal channel. And she runs with friends. So there's a lot of, they talk about it at the end of the long run, and they share, like how they're feeling and if it was hard or not. And sometimes they ask the audience with them for like brunch, if they go out for brunch, or so it's a really interesting channel. I love it. 8 miles today, girl. You're gonna rock it. Oh my God, that's awesome. Good for you. And my brother right there, he says he just came back from running. How much did you run? 18 miles. I'm so jealous. Oh my God. I love the long runs. That's like when I was feeling the So Pablo, my coach, he asked me some questions, and that was one of his questions. What's your favorite type of run? And that's my favorite type of run, just running my long run, because it's just you're out and you get lost. And I mean, they're very hard, but I think they toughen up. They make you stronger. And I think it's a lot of fun. Just go out there, and even if you're on your own, it's your me time. So it's kind of your excuse to be out there. So my brother did 6.5 kilometers. He says nothing. Oh yeah. Well, I actually ran 6.5 kilometers today. So it's been a crazy with my dog Yuithani having to go through surgery. It's been a crazy week, and then I'm really swamped at work. Hello, we have a new person right there. Offensive views. That's an interesting Nick. How are you? So 6.5 kilometers is 4 miles, a little bit under 4 miles. I agree, they're very hard, but you get used to them. Yes, the more you run, obviously the stronger you get. So you get used to it. And then we have another new guy, Mr. Germson. Where are you from, Mr. Germson? That sounds Swedish, or maybe, where are you from? Singapore. Very cool. So what time is it in Singapore? Well, that's an interesting question. It's 1:15 a.m. Good for you, and you're awake on a Sunday night. So I am from Spain originally, but I live in the United States, and I've been here many years. So yeah, that's really cool. 11 miles, Mark. That's awesome. Good for you. 82 degrees, only 85% humidity. That's so funny. So when I was in Spain, actually, I ran there, and I was surprised at the levels of humidity. I thought Madrid, the humidity was a lot lower, which it was lower than here, but I still got 40% humidity in the morning when I went out in the morning to run. So in Singapore, you can only run during the night. How so? Is it like very humid? Oh, you ran 30 kilometers. Wow, that's how much is that? Okay, so that's 19 miles. Oh, it's too hot, right? Yeah. Well, it's too hot here in the United States as well, depending on where you are. Relentless Pursuit of Shade and On Your Mark coaching. I know they're in Florida, so kudos to them, because that's, as humid as it gets, probably. I don't think it gets more humid than Florida and hotter. You love watching my videos. Thank you so much. That's awesome. It's helpful. Thank you. That's great feedback. Thank you. Thanks. He's saying keep up the good work. So when is Chicago Marathon? I forgot. Is it in October? And Mark, are you going to run Boston? Because I know that you were on track to run Boston, at the beginning of this year before you got injured. See, yeah, it's very humid in Florida. Yeah, it goes with its territory. I haven't been in Florida. When was the last time I was in Florida? 2016? I went to Disney, so there's no mosquitoes in Disney, but I went to Palm Beach because I have friends in Palm Beach. And it was just, I remember we took a little walk around their neighborhood, and the mosquitoes were like, I'm not kidding. They were like, it was just, I've never seen mosquitoes bigger than the mosquitoes that I saw in Florida. So October 13th. So it's right around the corner. Good for you. So how many more long runs? Chicago is Columbus Day weekend. Okay, that's a great weekend to run, actually, October, because it's not, October is a great month to run a marathon. Philadelphia is always a little bit on the cooler side, I think. So, but yeah. So you're not ready to even run a marathon. Well, you're doing great. I mean, On Your Mark coaching, he's a coach as well. So go check his channel, guys, because he has a lot of information. Very technical. I like how he actually explains why things are the way they are. Like, what's the purpose of tempo runs? Like, what they do to your body. So he gets technical, but he explains it in a way that anybody can understand really what's happening and why you should do certain types of runs. Or he has a few reviews as well on his channel. So. Oh, you have 19 and 20 coming. When I trained last year for Philadelphia, I actually did a 20, I want to say I did a 23 miler. And I did several 20 milers because the year before that, when I ran Marine Corps, I hit the wall. It was awful. Like, I hit the wall a mile really early too. I think I hit it at mile 16, I want to say. So yeah, I really wanted to be prepared for those, if that were to happen. But when I ran Philadelphia, I actually didn't hit the wall. I mean, I was tired at the end, but I did not hit the wall. And I love how you guys are connecting. You guys should follow each other. And Mr. Jensen from Singapore, he just found you, Mark. So he's going to follow you. I just saw the message come through. So my brother is asking how my training runs are going. I can text you later, but with Annie being having to go through surgery, I keep repeating this. It's just been a very hard couple of weeks. She just yesterday started actually putting weight on her right back leg. So I mean, she needed help for everything. She still needs help because I have to put her out, and our backyard there's steps. So she can't go down the steps, so I have to actually grab her, which is great. She weighs 45 pounds, so it's great for my arms and my strength. But yeah, she needs a lot of help still. She can't go up on furniture or anything like that, so we have to keep her kind of under control. Things, the environment has to be controlled. But they told me, I was really concerned that I was not gonna be able to run with her ever again. And the surgeon said that she would be back to normal with one positive, and it was that leg was never gonna get injured again. So, because what she did is she jumped we left her with my in-laws when we were on vacation in Europe. So she jumped from their bed to the hardwood floor and landed, I guess, not in a nice, she landed poorly, I guess, and she tore her CCL, which is in humans is the ACL, the anterior crucial ligament, I think it is, and then the meniscus. So it couldn't have gotten worse. There's nothing else you could have broken really that would have been worse. Like, even breaking her femur would have been easier to fix than this. So it was very expensive surgery, but it seems like we're going for a checkup with her on Wednesday. So I can't wait for her to be able to walk outside and just run with her again, which they told me she would be able to run with me. Oh wow, a woman runner got attacked this morning in the park. Oh my God, I'm getting the chills. Oh, you know what? I think it was on this podcast. Another mother runner has a podcast and they talked about. They interviewed several women who had been attacked, and it seems to be very common to attack women on the actual porta potties. So when I run outside, I would rather find a spot actually in the wild. I call them porta potties in the wild, rather than go inside a porta potty, because they get in with you and they lock themselves in, and then you can't go out. It's such a tiny space. Whereas if you're out in the woods, you can always, try and run. So I hate porta potties. So unless there's people around, like where I run, there's actually one where there's always fishermen and people on their bikes. So I feel a lot more like, okay, someone would hear me screaming if I had to. But if the porta potty is like on its own and there's no one around it, I'm always like very hesitant to go in, because if they follow you inside, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just awful. I mean, I hope she was fine though. I haven't run Chicago before. I know you haven't. That's one marathon that I really, really want to run. Do I still do intermittent fasting? So I was doing it in Spain, because when I go to Spain, I tend to eat a lot. So that was my way of trying to offset a few calories there. But I'm not doing it right now. Like when I came back, because I feel like I can control, my food a lot more. Whereas if you're on vacation, obviously, if you go to a restaurant for lunch and dinner, then things get out of control. So it's a lot harder to control what you're eating. So I would do intermittent fasting, as in lunch would be my first meal of the day. My brother's saying I have to go run the Madrid Segovia because marathons are too short for me. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But Madrid Segovia is how many kilometers? I think it's 60 miles. I think it's 100 kilometers. So that's right. Mark used to live in Chicago. So he's run through Chicago 3 times. Yeah, another mother runner. I love their podcast. I have a lot of good podcasts right now that I'm listening to, and I find it like unless I really start training like longer again, like going out to run more consistently, I can't keep up with them. Like I have so many of them that are my favorites right now. Like, but Another Mother Runner is one that I'm always like consistently. I download it, and then if I lose Wi-Fi, or actually you don't have to go through data, I just download it on Stitcher, and then I just play it during my runs. So my brother's saying 102 kilometers, Madrid, Segovia. Is that hilly? It is probably hilly. So in Spain, nothing's not hilly, guys. And there's a couple of marathons that are not as hilly, but our races in Spain are very hilly. So that's one thing that I'm really jealous when I see YouTubers and friends of mine on Strava running in Spain. It's always hilly. So even my brother and I, the runs we did in Madrid, just around my parents' neighborhood, it was like 620 meters, which is, I guess, how much is 620 meters? So a foot is 30 centimeters. So it's like, my God, my math, I can't do math in English. Let's think about this. Un pie son 30 centímetros, 300 metros serían, so it's like 2,000 feet? I think it's 2,000 feet. Yes, 2,000 feet. Oh, subes el Puerto de la Fuenfría. So there's this actual Fuenfría is like a really top, like high mountain. So yes. Yeah, he's saying, I suppose that's hilly, and he's smiling. So, smiley faces. Yes, that's not hilly. That's actually very inclined. Yeah. So my brother and I last year, I have a video on this actually from last year. So if you go all the way back to July 2018, you'll see us running a mountain in Madrid. That's actually, we even got lost close to the end, but it's 10 kilometers, it was 6.3 miles, I think. And it's just, you're climbing constantly. There's nothing that's flat. It's constant climb. At times we were not even able to run. We had to walk, so. And he's in a much better shape than I am. Like my brother's like in really good shape. So when is your next video coming up? Relentless Pursuit of Shade. I love the name of your channel. You know this. I've told you this before. Oh, which marathon is the best one to run in Spain? Yes, Valencia is the one, it's close to the sea, and it's the one that people really run to qualify for London, because if you want to get into London, other than the lottery, you need to qualify with a really good time. So that's the one that people run in Spain. Valencia. It's flat and it's close to the ocean. So that's kind of like New Jersey Marathon here in the United States. New Jersey Marathon is completely flat. I ran the half marathon. That's actually my personal best in a half marathon. I ran it in 2018. I ran it. And the weather is cool because it's still April. I mean, it could rain. It could be actually not nice. Actually, when I ran the half marathon, it was raining in the morning. So it was, and at the end, it was really like windy. But it's not hot and it's completely totally flat. There's just a little bridge that goes over like a portion of the ocean that goes into the bay, but it's not really nothing. Yeah. Oh, so you're uploading a video today. Awesome. I'll be there to watch it. So yes, Sevilla, a lot of people run Sevilla afterwards and then Barcelona. But where I'm from, Madrid, the Madrid Marathon is one of the toughest ones to run in Spain because Madrid is hilly. So Space Coast Marathon. This is the one. Didn't you run Space Coast last year? Or did you run the half marathon, I think? Right? Space Coast? That's the one where they give you the nice t-shirts with like a rocket. Hola, Joaquin! I was missing you. So Joaquin, actually, he's a great, another friend of mine from Spain. He runs super fast. So what's your fastest time in a 10K, Joaquin? I think it's something like 45 minutes, over 42 minutes. It might even be less than that. ¿Cuál es tu mejor marca personal, Joaquín, en los 10 kilómetros? Yes, lots of bling. I remember you did a video on that. Yeah, that seems to be a really nice one. I still want to run the Star Wars half marathon. I'm going to be away for the Star Wars half marathon next year, though, because my son is going to China with his high school, and I am going with them. I am chaperone, so I'm going, and I think it's April 4th till April 15th or something like that. It's a week and a half. It's almost 2 weeks. I think it's 13 days that we're away. So yes, On Your Mark Coaching, great videos. You have to go check them out. You just returned from China, so maybe you can give me tips. We're going to Shanghai and to Beijing. So those are the two places that we're going to. So yes, Joaquin, 40 minutes, 35 seconds this year. There you go. That's crazy. And he wants to break 40 minutes. Well, I mean, you're doing everything. Like Joaquin is training with a female athlete, Paloma Salas, and she's awesome. She has records from, I mean, she's a very accomplished Spanish athlete. Disney Mom 1980. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Her mom is in the hospital. I'm sorry. I hope she's on the mend. I hope she feels better. Yeah, so with my son, we're going to Shanghai. They are going to perform. They're going to parade with the marching band. They basically participating in the parade in Shanghai Disney World. So we are really excited. I can't wait to, because then we're going to have 2 days in Disney World. So they're participating in the parade one day, and then the following day we're just going to be visiting Disney World. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to see Shanghai Disney World, you guys. Like the castle is just, they are saying it's the biggest castle. It's like double the size of the one in the Disney World. So, oh, she had a knee replacement. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Oh. I hope she feels better. Disney Mom, 1980. That's tough. I hope, I don't know if you want to share these online, but we're both related. Did she have the heart attack because she had gone through surgery, or was it completely unrelated? Yeah, the air. I've heard that I heard someone actually say that your clothes get very because of the air, the dust in the air gets stuck to your clothes. So I can't imagine with the dust your lungs. But if you know of any places where I can run in Shanghai and Beijing, I'm going to try my best to run in both cities. I love going places and running in new places. So everything is big in China. Beijing has a lot of historical gems. So my son's marching band, they're going to be parading in the Great Wall of China too. So, I mean, I am so proud of him and all the kids. They're phenomenal kids. So I am excited for the whole thing, for the whole trip. Oh, so they put a stand on Friday. Okay. Yeah, stress is bad on its own, but yeah, I'm so sorry. Well, she's been taken care of, so hopefully she recovers quickly. The Great Wall Marathon, I have seen videos of people running it. That is one that I don't think, I don't know that I will ever be in the necessary shape to run the Great Wall Marathon. So you prefer Beijing? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm excited for both. I mean, we're taking the bullet train too from Shanghai to Beijing. So yeah, it's a phenomenal opportunity for these kids to obviously go, to a foreign country, and China has tons of history. So hopefully all goes well. You will find they're very advanced. I still haven't done any research like in Shanghai, like Disney World Shanghai, or Beijing or Shanghai on its own. Bye bye, my brother's gonna go have dinner. But I really want to start planning, in a couple of months, because we're not going till April, so I have plenty of time. I have other things to focus on right now. So Joaquin, your best time in a half marathon, an hour 12. Wow, that's like my fastest time in a half marathon is 2 hours 12. So yeah. At my age, I don't think I will ever be able to do an hour 12 and a half. I really only started running 2.5 years ago. So I wish I had started sooner than I did. If I had, obviously you learn, my body would be a lot more economical right now. So I would be happy with 2.5. Well, I haven't been able to do it again. So that's the thing. I ran 2 hours 15 this year in May for the superhero half marathon. I actually ran it with, I always say that's why I could not be the 2:12, because I ran with buns, because it was the superhero half marathon and I didn't want to be a superheroine. So I was Princess Leia. And I have a video, actually. I'll link it below once I put the notes. Yeah. Yeah, you did it in your town. That's great. Because when you run home, I find that there's nothing like running home. Yeah. Do you feel, if you have friends, but even if you don't, even if you don't have friends and family cheering you on, it's great, because you run in your neck of the woods. So there's something special about running in your neck of the woods. Okay, I need to drop off because it's time for the long run after nap. Go for it. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Jensen. I would love to hear, more. Okay, so 2:27, Disney Map 1980. My best, the first time I ran a half, I think I did 2:18. But again, this year I ran 2:15, and it could be that as I am aging, I'm going to get slower. Hopefully not, but I mean, there's plenty of people out there that I follow on Instagram who post pictures of before, like 4 years ago with this time. And 4 years later, they're running much faster, even though they're 4 years older. So I think we all can improve and get faster. But I think, we're going against time. So, I mean, I think you're much younger than I am, though. So you still have plenty of opportunities if that's something you want to focus on. I mean, there's people who run. I still want to improve my times because I think I'm gonna reach a time when I will not be able to improve them anymore. So hopefully, you still have some, room there to get a little faster. But if I don't, it's fine as well. I run because I enjoy running. Like really, that's my me time, and I just like running. So. Princess Half 2018. Well, having a baby it's a lot. So I have a son, he's 15. I remember the first time I took him, I was in bed rest too for like 20 weeks, I think. I was in bed rest, or 18 weeks. And when I was able to go out and walk with him, pushing the stroller, I took a 15-minute walk and I had cramps after that. Like I remember my legs were cramping. That's how in bad shape I was. So, I mean, it's a lot. You're making a human being. So, and actually those are my son has company over. And if you hear noise, those are my son's friends. They were downstairs. Yeah. So Mark's saying there are many levers you can pull to improve running. Yeah. Gene Dykes. Okay, cool. You should do a video on that. I was in bed rest with my oldest. Yeah. So you lose a lot of, obviously, muscle mass when you are on bed rest. I mean, that's the whole idea is that your body can actually take care of the baby because you're on bed rest, and all your effort, your energy goes to making sure the baby is healthy. So I hear you. It's not. I mean, some women have really easy pregnancies. My one pregnancy was not easy. So my son, on the other hand, my son was a really easy baby to raise. So if you have to pick, I guess I'll pick having an easy baby because he was such a good baby. I mean, he ate well, slept well, was hardly ever sick. So I always say that that's because he was taking everything, everything out of me. He took all the vitamins and minerals and everything. So guys, we've been chatting for 1 hour and 40 minutes. And I think I need to log off. I'm going to go downstairs. My puppy's downstairs as well. So I want to go back and be with her. She was sleeping when I left. None of your pregnancies were easy. That's what I was afraid of. Like when you think about, do I want to have another one? That was it's just, it's putting your whole life on standby. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Johnson is going to sleep as well because he's flying to Sydney. So have a good flight. I've never been to Australia. That's on my bucket list. Joaquin is saying that on the one time he did the 1 hour 12.5 marathon, he won the right to run the national championship with the pros. That's awesome. You're fast. Oh my God, that's awesome. Good for you. Okay, guys, we have to do this some other time. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties in the beginning of the video, but I'm glad I was, able to control. I don't know. I mean, now I know moving forward for the next live video. So I'll see you soon. I have a lot of videos to edit from my trip to Europe. So I should be able to put out 5 or 6 videos. It's just, again, I've been very busy. So, hope your dog feels better. She's on the mend. She'll get better. Yeah. She's only 6 years old. So, I mean, she could last another 10, 12 years and be a healthy dog. So, yeah, guys, it was great catching up with you. Thank you so much for being there. See you all soon. Bye-bye. And now let's see if I can, there's a button here saying end stream. So I'm going to click that. Hopefully it works. Bye, everybody.